I always have questions, but not so much question as I tune in to the enthusiasm and the word, and I'm inspired. And I'm not sure everybody here understands what new science is. There's something in the world today called the new science, and Holmes actually anticipated everything that's taking place now. And so the seeds of what Holmes planted in us as our study is in perfect alignment for everything that's being discovered in the present day. And I just wanted you to say a little bit more about that, Chris, because I'm blown away by the implications that have arisen about the unified field and the interpretation of the field by who this observer is, whoever this mysterious observer is. So cool, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think it is amazing that science really is like demonstrating the things that, Ernest Holmes, Neville Goddard, Judge Troward, Emerson, all these early New Thought thinkers were saying. Then science was beginning to kind of dabble in the edges, but nowadays with, quantum physics, I love like the HeartMath Institute is a really cool organization that studies heart waves and how, like we can measure brain waves, we can also measure heart waves. And the thing is, like, brain waves go out to like around here, heart waves go out several feet, like even up to like 15 feet, that they can detect the heart waves coming off. And we hear, more and more people that are saying like the heart does as much of your thinking and processing as your brain. That's like where the emotion and the feeling is processed. And so, I mean, that's yeah, Casey put HeartMath Institute in the chat. That's definitely worth looking up. And so just the ideas of how much influence we have. If you've ever looked at the double slit experiment, it's a great kind of like introduction into the idea of quantum physics and observable science, to where the thing that's being observed absolutely reacts to the person observing. And what the person observing expects to happen, generally it does. In the double slit experiment, it did 100%. And this is looking at, subatomic particles, photons of light. But that's telling us exactly what we know. It's like our mind, our thought is actually creating our reality. And so, yeah, Bob, I love that question. The implications, we are at, just like I say, the cusp, I think, of the most enormous explosion of understanding and realization. I think, Nikolai Tesla used to say, thinking about the universe, think about it in terms of energy. And when you get that, like, we will make advances, light years advances in our understanding of nature. And Einstein, he said the same thing as well, that, when you think of material, think of it in terms of energy. Because if you look at the smallest components of physical material, it's electrons and subatomic particles beyond that there's so much more space within the thing than there is actual matter. And then he said, when you think of material, think of it in terms of energy. And when you think of energy, think of it as material, that it's the same thing, waves collapsing into particles. Yeah, it blows my mind. And I could go on and on for hours at how amazing and that is, the implications. Yeah. Thanks,
The
Bob.
proof is there. I mean, the scientific proof is there to support all of what we're talking about here, for sure.
Yeah,
wonderful experience.
absolutely.
But I didn't know any of this existed before I imagined it existing. Now it's coming into my life because yeah, what a great talk today. Thank you very much. Very inspired today.